So we touched on the last question, we touched on AI being one of the most kind of prevalent things that's really cropped up in 2018 and got a lot of press, if you like. So I'm not going to go too much on there, but I think that would be one of them. I think the other thing is around 3D print or 3D manufacturing, what we call 3D printing. I think this is highly disruptive. I think if you look at the manufacturing industry today, it's a $12 trillion industry globally. If you think about how we manufacture globally today, it's typically you move raw materials to great big factories. You do that via air, via plane, via trucks or whatever. And obviously, apart from the impact to the environment, there's also a lot of waste. You have to manufacture in huge quantities. And what digital manufacturing brings is the ability to manufacture what you need, when you need it, and minimizes waste, minimizes impacts on the environment. And I think as that technology progresses and becomes more scalable, and you look at where that's already starting to have an impact in industries like the car industry, for example. There are car manufacturers out there today who are already using 3D printing to custom print parts for customized vehicles. It's still on a relatively small scale. There are sportswear manufacturers who are using 3D printing to manufacture sports shoes, car parts, dentures. We're really only scratching the surface, and I think that can be highly disruptive. So I say that's the one that I think, as we go further into the future, we'll start to see more and more and hear more and more about.
So something that I actually think it should have impacted us more in 2018, but at least it's there and I know it's going to continue growing, is one part of smart homes that actually links very well with smart cities, and that is the smart fridge. So if you have a smart fridge or a smart camera attached to your fridge, that means that you know what you might be running out of, and this is linked to supermarkets so that they can better manage their stock. Right now there is 30% of waste that happens at store level. So this is products that haven't even reached the consumer. We need smarter ways to manage what people has at home, what people is about to order, what people need, and how that is locally organized. So I think this is a very, very important development that is gonna link to smart cities and definitely is gonna impact the environment. So waste management, I think, is something I'm very interested in.
For me, the most impactful thing I've seen so far this year has been some of the more hybrid edge computing that we've seen. Microsoft talked an awful lot about it at their Decode conference. That's very interesting for me because some of the assets that Babcock work with are not always connected, like tanks and aeroplanes and ships and what have you. So that's very, very interesting and powerful for us. Looking forward, things like the Intel Compute Stick, which means that you can do AI, machine learning, those kinds of things, particularly on the fly text and image recognition in very small spaces, is a really useful and interesting capability for us.
So I think 2018, I mean, there's lots of things you could say, but I think for me, the move towards continuous improvement, continuous delivery, speeding up the delivery of value to businesses by being much more frequent in the way we're delivering software development releases, I think is probably a big thing. And 2019 could be a number of things. I'm quite interested in blockchain. There's quite some interesting use cases emerging in blockchain. I think they'll already come to the fore in 2019, and we'll see that become an established technology.